everyone, it's Joy, and today I have another round of Ticket to Read. So Ticket to Read is my TBR game that I play every month that is based on Ticket to Ride. I draw 3 ticket cards that represents different reading prompts and 4 train cards that has different colors on them that correlates to different genres, and I fill up the trains on the tracks throughout the month. And if you want to see the whole process of this series, I'll link the playlist up above so you guys can check it out. But let's go over what I read in January. So these were the books that I was supposed to read in January. So I swapped off The Loneliest Girl in the Universe with Starside, which I'm currently reading. As of filming, I'm on page 244, so I do hope to finish this today if possible. Which leaves these 4 books. Since I'm filming this video on January, date, 21st, I only have like 10 days left of the month. I'm gonna start one of these possibly at the end of the month, but if not, I will roll over half of these books, because every 2 books, unread books that I haven't read the month, I roll over 1. So yeah, so since there's 4 and you divide by 2 is 2, so I'm gonna be rolling over 2 of these. So yeah, I'm not that mad about it. January has just been a little bit of a reading slump month for me, so it's not like I wasn't in the mood to read these, but yeah, January was just a reading slump month, but winter is generally my reading slump season for me, so I'm not that mad about not getting to all the books on my TBR. But yeah, I'm gonna roll over 2 of these for sure. So before I go over what my plans are for February, I want to let you guys know that I made new Ticket to Read cards, which I really love. I still have the monorail kind of train design on as the logo, and I add the train tracks, and I just love these cards. So yeah, and I'm planning on putting these on Google Docs, so you guys want to play Ticket to Read, I will put this on Google Docs, and same with the board, so you guys can play it if you want to, and I'll put down the rules and all that. So that's my project for before this video goes up, but it's already up by the time this video goes up. But I am planning on doing that just so you guys can play my TBR game if you guys want to. So I thought I would do that since I'm really happy with the new Ticket to Read card design. So yeah, and before I get to my first draw, since February is the for Valentine's Day, and it's the shortest month out of the year, I thought I would put some of the books that has either romance in them or like 100% romances in a wheel. I picked 14 because Valentine's Day is on the 14th of February. So yeah, I put those all in the wheel that I want to prioritize. So let's spin the wheel. Oh, things we never got over. Okay. So yeah, I actually have it. It's my TBR card, so I'll be right back. So here we got Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. I don't know much about this. I just seen this everywhere, like on Goodreads and like bookstores and all that, and I want to know what this is about. And I haven't heard many people talk about this on BookTube. I just haven't heard a lot from BookTube. I'm pretty sure some people have talked about it, but I haven't heard many people talk about it. But all I know about it, it's about a woman who is running away from her fiance and trying to start over a new life, and then she runs into her sister, who ends up having a kid that our main character never knew about. So yeah, and of course there's a guy that she just meets on top of that. So yeah, I'm excited about this, even though it's a little chunky, but I'm just glad that I have at least 1 romance added to my TBR already. But yeah, I am excited about reading this either way, because like I said, I've seen this everywhere except for hearing stuff from BookTube. I'm pretty sure people on BookTube has talked about it. But yeah, anyways, let's get to the first draw. So, since I'm using my new Ticket to Read ticket cards, I did make the new ones from the prompts that I used last month. So I'm going to put into this card pile here. And then the train cards that I used for last month as well, going into this card pile here. And As the point of filming this video, like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I only read 3 books. I probably will add a 4th for my TBR, but I'm not quite sure. So I'm just going to place 4 trains for now, just so I can count it. But most likely I probably will start a 4th book on my TBR before the end of the month. So I'll just put it here, even though it's not connected. But in a regular Ticket to Ride game, a lot of times you do have routes that are not connected anyway, but I'm still going to try to connect those because I like, it's like connecting the dots kind of thing. But anyways, the first ticket card that I got here is, oh, book on my TBR card. So the first ticket card that I got here is book on TBR card, and this was really hard because I know there's some books that I want to read that's on my TBR card, but I don't know, couldn't figure out which ones that I want to read, like put on my priority list. But the one that I picked is not only is a fantasy but also has some romance in it, according to Goodreads, which is Study and Drowning by Ava Reed, and this is the first book from a new to me author. I know she wrote a lot of adult fantasy books, and I haven't read those yet. But this one's about a girl who was invited to her favorite author's house, and then they find out that her favorite author was dead, if I remember correctly. And then someone else was trying to play competition with our main character here. I'm trying to remember on top of my head, but I know this was hyped on BookTube. I've heard a couple people on BookTube, like I've heard that Stephanie from Stephanie's Bookverse just read this during her mini Star Hub readathon, and she said that she really enjoys it. And Hannah from A Clockwork Reader has said that this is one of her favorite books of last year, so I'm kind of really been willing to read this. And I think Reagan from Prue's Project also enjoyed it as well, so yeah, I am excited to try this out. And plus, I really love this Alcrate edition. I think the cover is so gorgeous, but yeah, I am really excited to pick this one up for February. And the next ticket card that I got here is, oh, a standalone, perfect. And the next ticket card that I got here is standalone, which means a book that is not part of a series. And the book that I picked for this has been on my previous TBRs, but I know that I do want to read this because I enjoy this author's writing, which is Throw Like a Girl by Sarah Henning. This is about a softball player, I think, which is, yes, a softball player. Star has been really famous at her school, and then she ended up she wants to win a scholarship to one of the colleges, and then a big football star got injured, and then she ends up taking his place. And I do want to read this because it sounds really cute, and I know I like Sarah Henning's writing, and I also know that there's a romance in here, so it's no surprise for YA contemporary. But yeah, I really want to put this high on my TBR because it's been on my TBR for a while, and I know she wrote another contemporary book that came out a couple of years ago that I want to read. So yeah, I am excited to pick this up, and I hope to prioritize it, especially when I'm trying to put a lot of romance, like at least half of the books on my TBR with romances in it. And the last ticket card that I got here is, oh, TBR or BookTuber recommendations. Oh my goodness. And the last ticket card that I got here is BookTuber Rec, which means a book that a BookTuber recommends. And with this one, I know many people on BookTube has recommended this book, and I kind of been wanting to read it for a while. And this is The Kiss Quote Ship by Hannah Han, and this was gifted by my grandma, and I thank my grandma for that. And this is about a woman with Asperger's who doesn't know how to date, and then she hires a escort who teaches her how to date, basically. And for me, who also has Asperger's, I don't talk about this much on BookTube, and I want to see if the representation is accurate or not. But I'm still excited to read this either way because I love romances, and with someone who has the same conditions as me makes me more excited to read it, and it just sounds really cute, and I hope I end up enjoying it, especially with the Valentine's Day season. And the first train card that I got here is, oh, wild card, perfect. And the first train card that I got here is wild card, and I'm definitely gonna pick things that we never got over by Lucy score for this one. And since I explained it about the synopsis and everything, I think I thought about picking another book, but I was like, you know what, since I didn't put this anywhere on my TBR yet, I might as well put this on my TBR, since even though I'm nervous about it because how chunk it is, it's like over 500 pages, but I still hope to end up enjoying this book either way for, like I said, for No Romance season in February. But I just hope that me getting intimidated by the page count won't stop me from trying this book out. And the next train card that I got here is, oh, blue for sci-fi, okay. And the next train card that I got here is blue, which means sci-fi, and I'm honestly struggled with sci-fi a lot the last couple of years, but I've looked at my library books to see if any of my library books are sci-fi, but then I checked out Goodreads, and this book does count as sci-fi, which is One Punch Man Volume 2 by Yusaki Murata. I'm sorry if I butchered the author's name, but this is basically a manga series that's basically about superheroes, and a guy just wants to be a superhero for fun. And I've read this when I've read mangas, 5 mangas within a week reading vlog, which I'll link in the corner in case you guys haven't checked it out yet. And I've read the first volume of this, and I enjoyed it. So yeah, I am really curious about what's going on next in this series, and yeah, and I know that a lot of superhero stuff are considered sci-fi, but yeah, I am excited to pick this up either way, and also putting one of my library books as a priority on my TBR it's a must. And the next train card I got here is, oh, fantasy, perfect. And the next train card I got here is purple, which is a fantasy, and I've had trouble picking a fantasy too, just because I know I have so many fantasies on my TBR, but since I'm trying to catch up on the sequels on my TBR, the book that I picked for this is Reaper of Souls by Raina Barron. This is a sequel to, what was the first book called? Kingdom of Souls, sorry. And from the first book, it's about a girl who's the only person in her family of witch doctors that doesn't have any power, so she makes a deal with a demon to borrow the powers, and then she ends up losing each year of her life every time she uses it. I really enjoyed the first book. I do want to continue on with the series. I know the third book just came out last year, if I remember correctly, and I've been trying to catch up on the sequels on my TBR, so yeah, I'm really excited to read this since I like the first book so much. And the last train card that I got here is, oh, historical fiction. And the last train card that I got here is orange, which is historical fiction, and I don't have a lot of historical fictions on my TBR from what I've noticed, but I checked on Goodreads, and this book does count as historical fiction, which is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett, and all I know about this book is about a woman who was a Cambridge professor, and she's writing a book about Encyclopedia of Fairies, and I think that's all I know about it, but I know this was hyped on BookTube last year when it first came out, and I know the sequel is coming out this year, so I am really excited to try this out, and plus I really love the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition than the black cover, the original cover, but yeah, I am excited to try this out because I haven't read a lot of adult fantasy, and I've been branching off of my taste in fantasy, and I'm still reading YA fantasy, don't get me wrong, but I just really love fantasy in general, so yeah, I am really excited to try this one out. So these are the books that I am planning on reading in February. Oop, this seems like a very chunky stack, but I'm just glad that I have romances on my TBR because romances have helped me get out of rain slumps, so I am really excited about this TBR, and plus having a manga on a TBR was also helpful for me with February being the shortest month of the year. Well, I should probably put this book down before one of the books hit me. But yeah, I'm excited about my February TBR either way. So that is all for this round's Ticket to Read. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and comment down below what books on your February TBR that you want to prioritize, because I would like to know. And if you haven't already, click the subscribe button and click the bell icon so you'll be notified when I post new videos. Also, you can follow me on social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads, which all links will be down below for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!